Yeah, welcome once again. We are having a HP 1030, the G series. I think this is the G1, but the issue is common with the G1, G2, and the G3. Yeah, this is a very common issue with this laptop. And I want to show you how this is behaving. And as you go to purchase this laptop and you find that the laptop is switching on, but you're not going to get a display. All you'll get is a fan spinning, the backlit keyboard on, and nothing like display is going to come on the screen. So trying to check on the caps lock on this one. Yeah, most of the time on this this G series, you're going to get the 5 caps lock, and then the fan is spinning after the 5th one. Sometimes there's a continuous caps lock. Sometimes it's a caps lock blinking 5 times and 2 shots. And all those are codes and signals to indicate something is not okay with the laptop. Let's check this one here. This one is blinking, I think it's 5 times, and then immediately after the 5th time there, the fan starts to spin. So yeah, let me try to go under the microscope so that maybe you can see what I'm saying. If you check on the power supply there, on my bench power supply, you'll see that we are having the voltage, the amperes to 0.2 amperes. And when you try to take the readings from the multimeter, you get that when you come to the first MOSFET, the second MOSFET, the third MOSFET, well, first and the second MOSFET, and then the current resistor, you'll be having your 19 volts. So let's go ahead and check these ones here. Yeah, on the first MOSFET, you can see we are having a voltage. Is this the second MOSFET or what's wrong with that one? Yeah, you can see there's a voltage. On the current resistor, yeah, the moment you find that you have 19 volts on the current resistor, then it is there in the first and the second MOSFET. So there's no question about that. So you can check the most basic voltages on a motherboard. We keep talking about this, the 19 volts, the 5 volts, and the 3.3 volts. On this series of the HP 1030 G1, G2, G3, you'll find that all these voltages are there. When the laptop is having this issue, you'll get all the voltages present, the 19 volts, the 5 volts, the 3.3 volts. But now what you're not going to get is you're not going to get anything on the display. You'll have the machine switching on, but nothing on the display. So what do you think this is the issue? And this is a very common issue with this laptop as we talk. This is an issue that is happening so much and so quickly. To be sincere, guys, this is not the first laptop I'm working on concerning this issue. They are countless. Actually, per day, I think maybe I can take 1 or 2 days without getting one. But I promise you, check on that current resistor. We are having voltage, the 19 volts on both sides. This laptop is coming at a very alarming rate. What's happening? The fan is spinning, the backlit keyboard is on, but I'm not having a display. The same story. First, the second, the third customer. And so I've thought that I should address this issue. As you can see, the voltages are there, the 19 volts. Check the MOSFETs. I'm checking the MOSFET, the first, the second, and the current resistor. Yeah, you can see 19, current resistor, 19, 19. So if we go to check on other areas like we check the 3.3 on the BIOS chip. Let me try to get the BIOS chip. And let's remember this BIOS chip is, this machine is coming with a very big BIOS chip of 32 MBs. It's a very big chip that requires a different adapter than the usual ones. We are used to the smaller ones. I don't know whether you. So should I try to position it? Yeah, and the laptop is coming with a lot of programmed chips. I think this one is having around like three Windboard chips. Windboard chips are chips that are programmable. I think one is on the network card, or is it the SD card reader? And the other one is the backup BIOS chip, and the other one is the main BIOS chip. So it's coming with 3 BIOS chip. There's also the problem with the HP end security. I think HP end control security problem, something like that. Yeah. And also, this laptop is also having that problem where you must find that you have to use a programmer to come up with the correct BIOS, and you may have to clean the BIOS, and then again, after you have cleaned the BIOS, you'll find that you're having problem with your touching display. If your laptop is a touch screen, you lose the touch screen, and now you have to again configure some or to feed some information. You see, we have our 5 volts. The 5 volts is present. So guys, this laptop is having all voltages present. The 19 volts, the 3 volts, the 5 volts, but you are not going to have a display because of corrupt BIOS. How is this BIOS corrupt? The BIOS is corrupting when you are having a BIOS update on this laptop. This laptop is very quick to have a BIOS update each and every time it senses that your BIOS is lagging behind. And it is during that process that you are going to lose the display, guys. So I don't know what you should do about it, because at the end of the day, you must take a BIOS update for machine to run properly. But again, I think the process is becoming a bit difficult, or is becoming a bit not very friendly to the client who are using this series of the laptop. The laptop is very good. It's very nice looking, has good shape, and it's very beautiful looking at it. It's proper nice. Only a little bit of a challenge with this problem here of not having a display, and also the HP end control problem, something to do with that. Otherwise, the machine is a good one, is a reliable one, is a smart machine. So we are going to take out this BIOS chip. We are going to program the BIOS chip and try to put a proper BIOS firmware and see whether they are going to have a display on this laptop. So the BIOS chip is out, guys. So let's program this chip and solder it back and see whether we're going to have a display. Yeah, it is important to remember that when you're updating the BIOS on this laptop, one of the things you must be very careful about is the power, the charge. The charge, maybe you have to connect your laptop on the charger, or maybe if the laptop is having a very stable battery, please try to do the update when the battery is full. And I always recommend, please try to do when there's still a charger, because sometimes it can take long. It will drain up the battery and still the machine will go off before the BIOS update is done. Guys, you are done. If this machine goes off before you update the BIOS, that's it. You are bringing it to the technician. It's going to cost you money. We are going to have to reprogram the BIOS chip again. If you are lucky, if you use other methods, some are working and others are not working. And trust you me, when you see me coming to the end, adopting the method of removing the chip and using a programmer to program that chip, is because all other methods have tried, they are not working, including that of a USB to boot from a USB. And this is becoming a bit stubborn for the client and for the end user. And so let's now solder back the chip and see whether this is going to work. Yeah, I want you to remember, guys, when you're having a touch screen, or the touch screen kind of this laptop, after you format those BIOS, if you don't have an LBE software where you can clean the BIOS and maybe still remain the serial, the product, the ID, the product ID, and other significant, other crucial information that's need to be on the BIOS, you are going to lose your touch screen. And a lot of people have come to me telling me now, I took it to somebody, the touch screen is not working, and all I do is try to get those information, feed them in the information section under the BIOS, and your machine is, the touch will just come back. So we cool down the board and try to see whether we are going to have a display. Yeah, so let's take back the board. And let's put the RAM. So guys, the trick here, when the machine is requesting a BIOS update, plug this machine into an AC adapter or plug in your charger and let it stay and let the BIOS update take place when the machine is charging. Or if you have a strong battery, let the battery be there while the update is happening, because if the machine goes off before you update that BIOS, my friend, most probably your machine will not have a display. You'll have a backlit keyboard coming on, a fan spin, but you're not going to have a display on your screen. So let's check out this one. And you can see the display is back. And guess what? This is the same thing. The customer came telling me that I was the laptop just started updating the BIOS and I didn't have enough charge. I had not carried my charger, and so I waited for the machine to finish the BIOS update, and in the process the machine went off, and that was it. The display is not coming on again. So guys, let's be cautious about that. Let's try to remember that secret there for us to try to have a smooth life with this laptop. It's a very good laptop, yeah, but if you don't know how to take or to live with this laptop, you'll keep coming to the technician in and out. So guys, that's all for today. Please subscribe, share, and like. Leave down a comment. Let me know what you think, guys. Bye.